For those that don't know me, I'm John Gintz with Trafix Devices. I'm your Southwest Regional Manager. Cover your account. We're just going to go basically over TL1, TL2, and TL3 walls. And you guys all know the TL1, what all that is. Test level.
Yeah.
Test level 1, 35. Test level 2, speed limit.
Yeah.
So the first one that we have is our standard Trafix water wall. And by the way, you guys sell everything that's on this track. Trafix 1 water wall. This would be a TL1 wall right here. Speed limit is 35 below. Pretty self-explanatory. No cables whatsoever on the inside of this one. We jump up to our TL2, which would be for 45 miles an hour and below. There are 3 interlocking steel cables on the inside of this. So you guys don't have to do anything, but you don't want to connect a 1 to a 2 when you run it. You just have a steel pin with a locking pin. That's all you have to do. There's no bolting into the ground or anything like that. So it's a TL2. With this now, we developed what we call our mini sled. So the mini sled has also got 3 interlocking steel cables on the inside. You can connect it to either a TL1 or a TL2 wall. The difference with the mini sled and versus a TL3 sled is when you connect this must be filled with water. And we even put it on the top up here. It must be filled with water. It's got a drive-by float cap on here. So when it's empty, nothing. But when it's filled, you got the green. Green is good. Contractors can just keep on going. They know it's filled with water. They have the CIS here in the front. And the purpose of the CIS kind of acts like a snow plow. So what it does is when this thing is filled up with water, this kind of acts like a plow to come up and absorb all the energy of the vehicle when it hits it. So that's the purpose of this. So we got our TL1, TL2, and then our mini sled over here. On the other side over here, we have our TL3 sled and treatment system. Very similar to the mini sled, however, this is a TL3, so it's going to be for 45 and above. This has got 4 interlocking steel cables on the inside. It's got the CIS. Difference, like I said, between this and the mini, this one you do not fill with water when you put it in. We even made it impossible because we drill holes in the bottom, so if you fill up, the water's going to come right out on your shoes. As you see it right here, this is a TL1 setup. So when you come in, to set it up, 2 guys in a pickup truck can go out and set up a TL3 sled system in about 30 minutes. The reason is there's no drilling into the concrete whatsoever. You come in just like the TL1 wall, and you have your steel pin and your locking pin. So when you come in, you put the transition. Now the transition, you can connect it to guardrail, you can connect it to bridge deck, steel barrier, and concrete medium barrier. Majority of them right now are concrete medium barrier and steel wall. In Louisiana, we do a lot to the bridge deck and guardrail, but we do have, the capabilities to do that. So when you come in, say this is a concrete wall. For purposes, it's 9 that you want to drill in, so it'd be 5 on one side, 4 on the other. Minimum would be 8. Make sure your contractors are aware of that, because a lot of the contractors out there, they try to take a shortcut, they do 1 or 2. It was not tested or passed like that. So minimum 4 on one side, 4 on the other. We recommend as a company 9. So they put that in, drop this one in for the filled module, and this one right here is a TL1. We have it all the way up to TL3. So a TL3 would be empty module, fill module, fill module, fill module. I just don't have a trailer long enough to demo that. We have that in the catalog, so if you guys have any questions on that in the catalog. This is tested, passed, and approved for MASH. You guys are all familiar with MASH, the new standard testing. Every wall that you see on here, we've tested and passed for MASH. So the existing wall that you guys were selling before, there's no modifications whatsoever to that wall, and it is tested and passed for MASH. CIS works the same way. They hit it, it's like a plow, comes in, absorbs all the energy of the vehicle. The cables on the inside entice the whole vehicle and the sled. Are there any questions on it? Got drive-by float caps just like on the other one. You'll see from contractors too, once they start purchasing the TL3s, they'll come back and they'll start asking for parts. We do have parts available. Everything bolts to the washers, just transitions, just to the drop pins, locking pins, whatever you guys need, we have separate parts for it. One of the questions from the last script, which is a good question, on the sheeting, on the front, if they want to change it to left or right, all they have to do is take these bolts off, flip the sheeting around, and it's left angle, right angle.
Okay.
So we did redesign that. So it's a very simple system. We also have in the middle here our Century water cable barrier wall. That is a TL3 wall for speeds of 45 miles an hour and above. It's got 4 interlocking steel cables similar to the sled. The good thing with the Century is you can take the Century wall and have 15 pieces of it. And you can replace concrete medium barrier. As you guys well know, when guys are putting concrete medium barrier, you got to do a lane closure, you got to bring in a crane. It's real much of a hassle. You guys can put 15 of these on a trailer, take it out, fill it up with water, and then it's an end treatment. As long as you have 15 of those, you would just come and use the first module, empty module with the CIS, and you'd have an automatic end treatment for that wall, so it replaces the concrete medium barrier. Contractors really like that. You know, because you don't have to mess with the crane. It's a lot less expensive for them. And again, you could probably do that within 30 minutes, you know, without filling it up with water.
So those phone calls that say, hey, do you guys do concrete barriers?
Yeah.
We can do these.
We can do this, yeah, the Century water cable barrier wall. And they are MASH approved as well. So, any questions so far?
What's MASH? I don't know what MASH is.
MASH is a mobile assessment of safety hardware. So back before my time, everything was regulated from the feds under NCHR 350. So since then, vehicles have gotten bigger, you know, wider, heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Every company has had to go back with drums, walls, sign stands, and we've had to retest everything, different angles and stuff like that to pass for MASH. MASH for end treatments took effect January 1 of this year. Now, TxDOT right now is not really enforcing it, but I do have states such as Oklahoma and New Mexico that are really enforcing MASH, and they won't put a new product out unless it's MASH approved.
So MASH just takes care of the bigger, stronger, higher speed vehicle type things.
Correct. We had tested at different angles. Sometimes we had to do slight modifications on some products, but the sled we did not have to do. We had to put a little bit more plastic in this, but it's still 4 interlocking steel cables. But everything has been tested, passed, and approved for MASH that you see right here. So I'm not sure what our competitors are doing on their end treatments and stuff like that, but you well know that the sled is tested, passed, and approved. For instance, on the Scorpion TMAs, which we also manufacture, the TMAs that you guys have in your stock right now that are NCHR 350, they're okay to still go out and use right now for MASH. But if you guys get those things hit this year and they get totaled, you'll have to replace it with one of our MASH units. So, any questions? Simple. Again, you guys have access. I got catalogs up there, but you guys have access. If you have a contractor that calls you and he's asking you technical questions you're not quite sure about, give me a holler. I'll hook you up with our engineers. They developed this. They love to talk about it. They can call your contractor direct. Steve Lomp and I, we've done that many times.
Yeah, you have cut sheets too that you can send.
Yeah, we've got cut sheets, we've got engineering sheets, we got whatever library we have is at your disposal as well. So if you don't know the answer to the contractor, give us a call, we'll get you fixed up. No problem whatsoever. We're more than happy to do that. Yeah. All right. Got catalogs up here if you guys need any.